Hey everybody, it's Belle and Loz here from Two Crafty Sheilas, and today we're going to do a whip and chat with you guys. I know it's been a while, so we have a few things to catch up on. Yeah,
surprise everyone, we're back with a whip and chat.
Back. Gosh, it's been like 2 months, hasn't it?
I think it's been like 5 weeks.
Yeah, goodness me. So how's everybody going? Let us know in the comments how you've been, what you're working on, and what you've been up to. So Belle, what are you working on today?
I needed something fairly small and something square. I haven't done a square for a while. I've been doing lots and lots of rounds lately, actually. It's just the way my spin the wheel app worked, and so I decided I was going to pick this one. I got this one on a little D-stash, but I got this really cute little pasta puppy.
Oh,
isn't it cute? Adorable?
Yeah.
So it is a diamond art club. It's a 43 by 43 and good old Maryline Casanave.
Oh, no.
What have you got? Oh, that looks like a Hannah Lynn.
I'm on my second ever Hannah Lynn, and this one is Ice Princess from Diamond Art Club. Oh, God. Sorry, a car just went past just blaring their radio. So this is
They're cool, didn't you know?
Yeah, I don't even tell you how big. Oh, there we go. 65 by 69 centimeters. This is one of my OG kits that I got back in 2021.
At least you're in the 21s now. Like, we're still mid-COVID kits here, but we're getting closer.
Getting closer. It's nice to work on these though. It's nice to have around. It's got so much more confetti than I was expecting. I thought, oh no, that looks all right. And I pull it out, and then it's like, I'm like, bam. I'm like, oh my goodness.
It looks so good though.
Oh, it's beautiful. The way it's turning out, like her face, it's just rendered so beautifully. I love Hannah Lynn kits, so I have quite a few.
She's portrait, so she's not my style, but I do love the colours that she's got, so I can understand why you love them.
So this is the second one I'm doing. I have done the Ladybug Love, I think it was, with all the pinks. And that was just divine, one of my favourites. And I do have quite a few others. And I've just got a new one in too, which I can't wait to show you in a future unboxing. So that's what I've got. I will show you, though. I am using the new Diamond Art Club tray.
Oh, yeah.
Purely because my old faithful, this one from Fantasy Sparkles, it's not very good with the round drills. I'm really struggling with rounds in this one. But the Diamond Art Club one has been really good for rounds. So I'm still going to be on the hunt for a 3D printed one that'll be good with rounds. But this one I found, I was really struggling with the bottom sliding around my table. So I've just put some washi tape on it, and it seems to have sort of given it a bit of traction. So it's not sliding around everywhere. So I have had to do that. And I did put in the bit of tape down in the bottom because I'm used to that in my my Fantasy Sparkles tray. So that's what I've had. And I did want to show that to you because I don't know if everybody else experiences the sliding with their new tray, but it seems to have helped me. But
have you got like one of those non-stick pads that you can get?
No, I haven't got one of them. I probably should.
Back when I first started and I needed to try a non-standard toolkit pen, I bought one of like the really cheap poured resin ones. Well, it was an acrylic resin. But when I got it, it came with like a whole little kit. So I actually got a what are they called? Non-slip pad. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm wondering if that would be really effective with it.
I think so. It would, because like you can't really, it just spins, and it's like even before, because it's this shiny material, it's very slippery. It just didn't And it was like constantly moving around, and I didn't like it. It was driving me a bit crazy. And I thought, oh, I'll go back to the other one. But then all the drills would get stuck, and that would drive me even crazier. So, yeah.
Interesting. And is that the new Diamond Art Club putty pen?
No.
Oh,
I don't like
I'm
it.
waiting for you to try it.
No, I have tried it before. I've got it here, but it's just not. Oh, I don't know. I don't like the putty. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
So, and yeah, I think that's why I didn't like it. And it's that same sort of material. I just don't like how slippery it is. I don't like the feeling.
Okay.
So that kind of ruins my fun
You
with
can always
doing
put
it.
like a squishy on it though.
No, they're thicker.
Oh, they're too thick for a squishy.
Yeah. Like compared to, yeah. Let's see if I can find one.
You can always just like wrap some tape on it.
Yeah, I should, didn't I? Like compared to, that's like a normal one, all right? And like it's a lot thicker. So the squishies won't fit on that. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah, I should just put some tape on it. I should wrap it up in some wool or do something. I don't know.
Love it.
I'll figure something out. I'll use it one day.
Sorry, that was a bit cheeky of me, but I couldn't resist.
You're allowed. So what's been happening? I know with you, Belle, I know both of us have had health issues as well, as always. And anything exciting been happening?
No, not a great deal. Unfortunately, it's just been pretty well same old, just, living the dream, working, being a mom, all of the things.
Yeah.
But, my husband's got a new job now, which is good for him. I'm really glad he's doing it. He needed, I think he was in a bit of a rut. He still loved what he did, and I think he misses it, but he needed a new challenge. So he's in a new role. He's still under his same boss. His boss is the one who sort of talked him into taking it, which I always think is a really good sign as well, because at least it means like his boss thinks he can do the job.
That's right. They value their experience and
so I think it's a good thing. And I think he is enjoying the new challenge. It just means, it's upset our home life a little bit because we have to readjust to the changes that are required now. But, that's part of life. That's part of being in a relationship and a family. So we're slowly working through it. And, we're, for my side of things with work, we're going through a few changes as well. And, there's just a lot of things happening that, take their toll. But
exactly.
Just getting used to it all.
Yeah. No. Well, I understand what you're going through. It is quite a shake up to the family when you don't have a parent here. Like I travel a fair bit with my job, and like my kids were always lean on me. I was their rock. I was their stable. And then it was kind of a blessing in disguise when I did go away, because my husband had to step up and he had to do it. And so even though he puts the guilt on, oh, you're always traveling for work. And I'm like, oh, well, what would you rather? I mean, not working, I'm doing something I really enjoy. But I understand it is a really hard for the kids to adjust. And of course, their behavior can change. And I feel for you.
And it's one of those things that, like I'm not preaching in any way, but I will say I'm an equalist. I'm not about feminism. I'm not about, power to the girls, but I am about why does a lot of the child rearing fall to the female as an expectation? Like you and I are both in roles that are professional roles. My husband is certainly in a professional role, and yet I'm the one doing school hours, and I'm the one who's now talking about the family life is struggling at the moment. Do I need to cut back my hours? And it's like, why am I the expectation?
Why is our career not as important as the man.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because we worked
And
our
that's
asses off before having kids, you know, to set us up to where we are. And why should we put it on the back burner? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that I'm personally struggling with at the moment. And like, I want to support my husband, you know, I want him to do well. I want him to enjoy his new position and all of those things. Like, but there's this part of me that's just like, why am I the one who always has to do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is really frustrating. So I'm trying to find that happy medium. And it's a struggle.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
You know?
If anyone's got any tips to help
honest.
yeah, okay,
please
you
do.
need to. And I think if you don't talk about it, it's just going to boil over and it's going to make you feel even worse. So
yes.
I'm always here to talk to you. You know that.
I know. Thank you. You just go to bed too early for me.
Yeah, I do, don't I? I know. I wake up in the morning and I see a message from you at like 10:30. I'm like, damn, girl.
I'm like, 10:30? That's just me waking up. That's fine.
Shows how old I'm getting, doesn't it?
And the sad thing is I'm older than you.
No, not only by a little bit.
Yeah, true. I'm still officially the year older, as my husband also likes to remind me. He's technically the year under me. Cheeky bugger.
Oh, my husband's 2 years younger than me, and there's a few months where I'm 3 years older than him. So he plays on those 3 months, and I hate it because it's on our a marriage certificate as well. That I'm 3 years older than him. I hate it.
Do you know what's really sad is when my husband and I got married, I deliberately made it after his birthday so that our age number would match.
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, and it was deliberate. Like, on my part, it was deliberate.
I love it.
He gave me so much stick over being older that I was like, no, hell no, we are doing this together.
Oh, I wish I should have. So I should have waited until after July to get married. Yeah. So we only had 2 years, not 3.
Yeah, you should have.
You should have. Silly me. I love it. That's classic.
You didn't have your priorities right. You know this.
But isn't it hilarious how we both felt that way?
Yeah.
Another thing we have in common.
Yeah, I think it's also, you know, our husbands probably have that, I'm going to say, Aussie sense of humor. That they're more than happy to give us hell over our age and not really be caring. Like, it's just good-hearted teasing, and we're never going to live it down. And
because they know it riles us up, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. It does every single time. Like, my husband is looking forward to the fact that in a couple of months' time, I'm having a big birthday. Yeah. And he's already teasing me about it, and I'm going to start having a complex soon.
Oh, well, my kids are doing it to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, we know. Yeah, you're turning this number next year. I don't even want to say it. They're like,
no, I'm not saying it.
It is the big number. It's a zero number.
It is.
And I'm oh, I don't even like saying that. I like saying I'm under that number. Still in that number, so
I know.
Damn it!
I know.
Just wait till your little kidlet starts doing it to you. Gosh,
I've got him trained at the moment. I will say that my husband loves to tease me about my age, and at the moment we're the same age. He's already had his birthday, so we're the same age. But because my son sees the two of us going at it all the time, teasing each other, my son has now learnt our age, right? So he ends up saying, "Hey, Daddy, are you this number?" And he says, "Yeah, mate, you know I am." He goes, "Gee, you're old, Dad." And turns around and goes, "But Mommy's older than me." And my son goes, "Yeah, I know they're the same age. But Daddy, you're so old."
So old. I love
it. Don't even mention Mom.
No. Yeah, my husband's like, "Why do you always pick on me? You never do this to your mother."
Yeah.
They love me more.
That's right. I'm the one with the food and the sustenance. So my kid's not going to back off.
right. I give the best hugs and I buy them toys. And oh gosh, I've got a story. Can I tell my story?
Yes, please do. I saw the photo. I want to know.
Oh, yesterday. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we went out shopping to get we got Book Week parade next week. So we had to go get some
Book Week. Yeah.
So that's a whole nother story. But my husband's like, oh, I'll transfer you some money so you can go get the kids can get a decent toy because they haven't had anything for a while. So off we go into Big W, and my daughter sees this toy, and it's a rabbit in a hat, you know, the magician's hat.
Yeah.
And it was just had the ears sticking out, and you had to do the potion stuff and wave the wand over it to open it. So I'm like, she's like, oh, can I open it in the car? And I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't have any slime. We should be right. And she's like, awesome. Okay, so she gets it. My son gets some other stuff, and off we go. We get back in the car, and we figured it out. She's opened the lid and gets the most cutest little bunny rabbit. He's black and white with bright pink ears, and he's just gorgeous. Like, can't pull him out of the hat. And I'm like, oh, give it here. I said, give it here. It's stuck to something. So I get there and pulled it, and I go, big, massive confetti ball just blew into my face. Went over me, over the chair, and into the back of my car, my brand new car. There's confetti everywhere. And my daughter's like, she's freaking out. She's like, am I in trouble? Am I in trouble? Are you going to get up me? Am I in trouble? I'm like, this is all on me, honey. This is my doing. I'm like, you should have read the box.
So it's like a one trick though. Like it's one and done now.
One and done. And I'm like, man, I wish the dash camera was reversed so you could have seen like my look. I just wanted to laugh, but I was in so much shock. I'm thinking, oh my God, how am I going to deal with this? I'm like, how am I going to react in front of my daughter? And I'm like, I've got to tell you. I've got to tell you that story. I'm like, it just went poof right into my face. And I'm like, yep, okay, that's done. I haven't even cleaned it yet. Yeah, it was hilarious. And then I put it on Facebook. Note to self, do not open toys in the car ever again.
I wasn't quite to the same extent, but I actually had a similar thing happen yesterday, which we've never had before. But we were driving home from this play date that we went to, and it was really, really cute. The big sister, 2.5 years older than my son, she gave him this little bag and she called it like a little take-home bag, and it was basically like, you know, what you would give kids at a party. So like in there was like a whole heap of little toys and little snacks, and like it was just a really cute little present. It was adorable. But he was overtired. He hadn't had his afternoon nap, and you know, it was a bit stressful driving home. I was keen to be home and be done. But he's going through his bag because I was like, anything to keep him quiet and calm and, you know, not fighting. And he finds one of those, what are they called, like party poppers?
Yeah. Oh no.
And he's never seen them before. And like, I didn't even know it was in there, and I hadn't had a chance to go through it. And I'm just like, I could hear him rustling in the bag, and I was like, "You right, mate?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay, Mum. I'm just looking at what's in my bag." And then next thing, pop. And it was so loud. My ear, like the ear on the inside of the car, my left ear was ringing for the rest of the drive home. It was so loud in there. And then he's got really sensitive ears, so he's crying. He's like, "I'm sorry, Mom." And I was like, I don't even know what's happened. And then all I could see is in my rearview mirror, I can see him holding the empty party popper, and I was like, oh, don't worry, mate. Like, so I haven't cleaned my car either. So there's like hot streamer everywhere. But all you could smell in the car was that, I'm going to say like the fireworks smell. And like all of our windows were closed because it had been raining and it was drizzly. And so I couldn't even open the windows. And I was like, oh my gosh, this smell is so strong.
It must have been the day for it yesterday, hey? It's like, surprise.
But I was like, well, I was feeling a little bit tired. I'm now wide awake. Thanks, dude.
He must have seen you like a bit drowsy while driving. So.
Oh my
wow.
gosh. My heart was just pounding. So you must have been exactly the same.
Oh yeah. I didn't, like I said, I didn't know what to say. Didn't know how to react. I couldn't get up my daughter because it wasn't her fault. It was all on me. I pulled it out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, like, you wouldn't have normally expected that either.
No, not at all.
And especially like a big W toy.
Yeah.
I would not have expected that of a big W toy.
Oh, no, it was just, yeah. Like, oh well, I suppose that brightened up our day a little bit. We had a laugh, so eventually we laughed. Or I laughed. Of course.
What did hubby say?
Oh, I sent him the photo because he was at work yesterday, and he's like, I can just imagine how you reacted because he thought that my daughter did it. I'm like, nah, I did it. And he just laughed, just shook his head. I'm like, don't even look at the car. He's like, looks like you have to clean it now. I'm like, well, it wasn't my to-do list, so.
That's right. Now you've got a good reason to do it.
Oh, it's going to be nice and sparkly, isn't it?
With all that glitter, yeah, it is.
Yeah, a little bit of joy. So, word of warning, if you're going to get a magic rabbit I think it's Pets Alive is the brand, do not pull it out in the car. Public service
unless you're trying to wake somebody up.
Yeah. Or you want that excitement in the car.
Was it, I'm just trying to think of the YouTube creator. Was it Shay who's done like her, like little, I don't know, the big firework party things in her craft room? Was it her with Randy?
Oh, I can't remember. It probably would have been.
I feel like she did a couple. So I feel like maybe Shay needs to go and buy one of these.
I think so. It's a rite of passage.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Not much else has been happening. I went down to Brisbane with my sister. She had to have a medical procedure done, so I was there as her support. I had a great old time. Went shopping, went over while she was resting, I went over to the museum and had a look around and had a lovely time. It was nice just to spend some time with my sister, and since it's something that we haven't done for over 10 years, gone away together.
Wow.
So, and I've booked our first family cruise.
Where to?
We're just going up the coast, like doing
early beach, Brisbane up to
Brisbane, just as a first one for the kids to sort of get the feeling of it, but then not feel like we're going out to sea. Just staying near the coast.
But sometimes like going out to sea can be better because you don't necessarily get that seasickness then.
No, well, I got it. So
really,
yeah. Last cruise I did was for our honeymoon, and I was but that was an exception. That was really bad weather.
I was going to say, but also if it was your honeymoon, how much of it was alcohol related?
None. As soon as it left the port, I was seasick.
Wow.
No, it was instant. I wish it was alcohol related. I truly do. But no. Yeah, but so we've booked this for next year, around my son's birthday, which is in October. So yeah, we're still in the 400 days countdown. But it was a really good deal. They had buy 2 fares, get 2 free. So practically the kids are coming along for free. So couldn't pass up on that. P&O.
It was P&O. Okay.
So they're changing over to Carnival. So it will be with Carnival next year. But they were very clear with that and said what'll be happening. So, and I figured, well, why not? I know it's probably not the most fun shit for the kids, but there's still stuff to do on there.
Oh, and absolutely.
Like I said, it'll be a nice introduction for us all. And if they don't like it, well, then we'll never do one again.
Look, I've never been in the kids club. Like I haven't been on a cruise since we've had my son, but like I know that the cruises we've been on before, I've seen what some of the kids are doing in Kids Club. They're going to have a blast.
They're going to have a ball. And there's a couple of water slides on the ship, and there's like,
oh, if it's Carnival, they'll definitely have all the water slides. Carnival's really good for that.
Because they're going to do a big refurb of the ship, I've heard, or they're going to like rebrand it and stuff. So It is an older ship, but look, I don't care. I'm looking forward to spending some time with the kids and going and making memories, and that's my whole goal now. Is like once a year we go on a big family holiday and really enjoy ourselves. So yeah,
and look, I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, like P&O is always going to be like your entry level family based type cruise. And to me, I don't mind paying P&O prices. Like I don't necessarily want to be paying like princess prices because, you know, I know you get what you pay for. So Princess is going to have plenty more to offer and all the rest of it. But I'm about value for money. And to me, if the ship's that little bit older and whatever, I don't care. I'm not there for the ship. I'm there for the holiday and the memories and the shows and the day trips. That's way more important to me than the fact that the ship's 10 years old and they've just done a paint job. I don't care. I want to have fun.
I'm thinking that too. And because we didn't get to do much last time, we went to a couple of shows, but because I was so sick, we didn't go to anything. Like a lot of things were closed because of the weather. So this one's going to be like, we'll be able to do so much. And okay, we're going to places that we've already been that are local to us, but I'm not worried about that. And like seeing them from a different perspective, like coming into Airlie Beach over the water instead of driving in like we usually do, it's going to be amazing. And I know my daughter's really excited. My son's a bit nervous because he's like, but why are ships so huge? That'll be the whole fun of it. So,
and once he gets on there and he sees all the different shops and restaurants and things, like he's going to have a ball.
And plus he'll be almost 7 because it's the week before his birthday. Like we get off the ship 2 days before his birthday next year. So he'll be almost 7. So he'll really appreciate it a lot more next year, I think. And I think we've put it at the right time. So yeah, couldn't pass up on that deal. So like a week's holiday for all 4 of us only costs like $1,600 instead of $3,500. So
that's not bad. That's not bad.
When I saw that deal,
and especially because I was just going to say, like, especially knowing Australian ports are a lot more expensive than overseas ones.
Yeah.
That's a really good deal.
And like we could have got the same price going over to Vanuatu and all there. Yeah. But I didn't want the extra cost of the passports. I was just thinking
of course.
They're so excited. I think we've already talked about this already, but I didn't want that added price of the passports for next year. Maybe I'll look into it for the next time, but
especially if they like the cruise.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll see. Everyone's like, well, why didn't you just go to Bali? And I'm like, I don't know about Bali. Bali scares me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems, I don't know. It just seems like it's catering to Westerners, especially Australians and New Zealanders.
Yeah.
And it's like you get sent and you're not really seeing Bali to me. I don't know. I've never been there, but just seeing and hearing what everyone talk about, I feel like you're not really getting the experience.
You're not, hey? Yeah.
And I'm like, why would I want to spend all that overseas to not really experience another country? I don't know.
I know one place I really want to go is Japan, but I'm really going to have to save that. Because I'd love to take them to Disneyland, and it just looks amazing. I'm going to get the travel bug.
Yes.
So, So
I love travel. I love it so much. I love my country, but I love seeing other cultures and experiencing other things. I love it. We're I don't know if we'll be able to afford it, and I don't know if it'll end up happening, but we're talking about taking my son to Lapland for Christmas next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because they have Santa's Village.
How amazing.
So we're looking at doing that, and like that trip over is going to be so long.
Yeah.
Like from here, we'll have like the flight from here to Brisbane, and then we'll have to fly to like either Singapore or Dubai for a layover, and then we're going to have to then go on to mainland Europe somewhere, and then we'll be able to jump over to Scandinavia. So we're looking at 4 flights each way. So I was talking to my husband. I was like, if we go, I think we need to add a couple of days in the wherever we're going to do the layover. I've suggested maybe one way over doing like Singapore, because then we can do Universal Studios and, you know, have a bit of a breather, and maybe coming back or the other way, whichever way we go. I was thinking of doing it like Hong Kong, because then we can do Hong Kong Disneyland.
Yeah. Oh, how amazing.
But then I was also like, I don't know if they're really open over that Christmas period, so I don't know whether it's even going to work. And I was also like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive.
Yeah. Hey, so we'll see. I know my boss, she's just finished up last week to go and go over to Norway and through Belgium, and she's like, it's her bucket list to go and see the Northern Lights. So
yeah,
she's so excited to go, and I'm like, oh, I'll be living through you. You better send some photos. And
I love the Northern Lights. Absolutely adored it, and I keep thinking, like, I don't know whether my son would stay up late enough to be able to see it, but I keep thinking if we're over in Lapland, it's a perfect opportunity. And there's places that are right near Santa's Village that have like their little dome units, and they've got clear glass. So you can, like, you have the potential to see the Northern Lights above your bed.
Oh, wow.
They cost a fortune, so I don't know that I'll be doing it.
You're going to stay in the ice cave?
In the ice cave, did you say?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard of the ice cave. We've done the ice hotel.
That's what I mean. They're all like caves, aren't they? The ice hotel?
No, it's a whole building that is it's like a really big building that they make out of snow and ice. It ends up looking, it's not round like an igloo, but it's just like a huge building, and inside they basically make I'm going to say snow ice bricks. And they actually build it up like that. And then on the outside, of course, it just gets covered in snow. But inside, the walls are, well, like some of the walls and like some of the columns and things that they have are more like clear ice.
Oh, incredible. Okay.
And like your floors made of ice and your ceiling's ice and everything's ice. It's really quite off-putting. And yes, it's cold because it's ice. It's not as cold as you think. They're ice.
Do they put anything on them?
Yeah, so it was a really surreal experience. It cost us a fortune to do this. But it was on my bucket list, and I was like, if we're doing the Northern Lights, we're doing this while we're there. I think it cost us about $2,000 for one night. It was horrendously priced. Like I'm talking, it was big bucks, but I'm so glad we did it. We will never be able to afford to do it again, but I'm glad we did it once. But each room, like we went to the one in Sweden, so it's the original ice hotel. Like there's been a lot of copies done since then, but it was the original. And we were there, it was I think the 23rd or the 24th year. So every year they get artists that fly in and make each room, so it becomes like a living canvas, and they sculpt things out of the ice, and they'll have their own themes. So every year is different, and during the day it is a museum. Like people can actually walk through and see all the artwork and the carvings and things. So when you check into this hotel, it's the bizarrest thing I've ever done, but you check into this hotel and you've got like a normal hotel building, like it's a warm area. They've got a fire. They've got warm drinks. Like it's a normal looking lobby.
Yeah.
But you go in and you check in. They give you a key. The key is not to your room in the ice hotel. The key is to basically like a big locker, I'm going to say like a changing room kind of a thing. So you go in there and that's where you store all of your luggage and whatever else you've taken with you, your overnight bag, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Then you hang out in the whole, I'm going to call it a village, but it's like the whole hotel area because they've also got warm rooms as well as the cold rooms. And you can go to their bar and you can do all of that stuff. Then when you are ready for bed, you go into this warm hotel where you've got your locker room, change room, and you basically get changed for the night. And so the recommendation is not to get too hot because otherwise that's when you're more likely to have major issues. So you get warm. And then you go in your pajamas, whatever you are wearing to bed that night, you go in your pajamas and nothing else with your snow boots, and you go to their front desk in your pajamas. It's weird watching people just walking around in pajamas with snow boots on, and they give you a slightly heated sleeping bag. And you wrap your sleeping bag around you to keep it warm and to keep you warm, and then you leave the warm building and you walk, it's all of like 5 meters, 10 meters maybe, and you walk into the ice hotel part and you go into your room. Now your room doesn't have a door or a lock because the whole thing is made of ice.
No, really?
So you have like a curtain that goes across and it's just an open room, but you don't have any valuables in there because they're in your locker.
I suppose. Yeah, in your locker.
It is really bizarre. So the one that we
incredible.
stayed in, it's an amazing experience. And like when you go in, they've now, like it wouldn't have used to have it back then, but now, and you get like a little lantern you can take with you. But every room now has like LED lights incorporated into the theme. So you can turn them on or you can have them off, but they always leave it on until you're in your room and you're ready to go to sleep. But the bed is like a double bed size and it's a slab of ice. There's no mattress on it. It's either 1 or 2 reindeer pelts to keep you warm. Reindeer pelts are supposed to be like the most insulated animal there is. It's amazingly warm. And then you put your sleeping bag down, you take your snow boots off and you get in your sleeping bag.
Wow.
It's bizarre. And I will say they're incredibly insulated rooms. So although it's cold, the temperature doesn't change. It doesn't go up. It doesn't go down. I think it was set to not set. It was about 3 degrees. So it's not horrendous. You're cold, but it's not horrendous. And it's like that all day, all night. But the other really bizarre thing is that when they wake you up in the morning, because of course it's a living museum, so you have to leave your room for the day and, take out your snow boots and everything. So even if you stay more than one night, you have to clear the room and then go back to your locker and then you can come back later on. We only stayed the one night. But they'll come in, and I think it was about 7 o'clock in the morning. They come in, and of course, there's no door. So you get somebody going, knock, knock, because they can't knock on anything. So they actually come around and they'll just say, knock, knock, and then they wait for a second, and you basically say, come in. And then they open the curtain and someone will come in, and it was so nice. It was such a good thing. We got to have elderberry juice. So it's warm elderberry juice in like a steaming jug, and they pour you a cup and you can sort of like sit up in your sleeping bag, you drink your elderberry juice, you shove your shoes on and you run back into the warm area. It was a really bizarre experience. It was so good. I loved it.
Oh, that's interesting though. Like it's so different, isn't it?
It was that one in a lifetime thing. We had to do it. Like my husband really balked at the price, and I was like, we got to. It's just such an unusual experience. Exactly. We have to do it.
And how many people would you know that you've talked to that have done it as well?
None. Yeah,
none.
Absolutely none. But then, just to throw it out there, I don't know anyone else who got married in a castle either.
Yeah, that's right.
If I'm going to do weird, I'm just going to do it all weird.
Might as well keep going with it.
I mean, it's just me. I save up and do weird holidays just to be able to do them.
Yeah. I wish my husband would be happy to do.
I don't think my husband was particularly happy to do it. He tolerated it and just went, yeah, happy wife, happy life. So I'm going to roll with it. But then when we got there, it actually was really unfortunate timing. He was so sick that day. Like I think he just worked himself up, and you know what it's like. You work and you work and you work, and then when you finally stop, all that cortisol drops and you get sick.
Yeah.
And he'd been struggling and struggling and struggling, and we finally got there, and it hit him like a freight train. So I was really worried that I was going to be cold. I'm like a frog. I don't deal with really hot weather. I don't deal with really cold weather. And I was really worried about trying to sleep in the ice hotel. And I had my own personal heater. He had a fever all night. At one stage, he even, because we ended up, you could have like individual sleeping bags, or you could have like a couple sleeping bag. So we opted for the couple one. And at one stage, he actually unzipped his side and stuck a leg out. He was so feverish. So I was so toasty and warm. It was fantastic. But even he admitted, he was balking at the price. He was balking at the bizarreness of it all. And even though he was so sick, looking back, he was like, that was an amazing holiday. I was like, it was, I know it cost a fortune, and I know, we struggled financially for a while, but it was so amazing.
Look at that memory you've got. That's incredible.
And as you say, like, how many people do we know, especially on this side of the world, that have ever done anything like it?
Not many. Not in our little regional part of the world.
No. Sorry, I get very excited about travel. I
love it. Love it how passionate you are. That's great. Yeah.
I need to book a holiday.
Yeah.
You've given me the travel bug again. Oh no.
I know. I'm so happy I've done it. And like we've said, it's like a big birthday year.
Yeah.
For us as well, and my daughter's 10 next year.
Oh, mine's this year, so be quiet, you.
Yeah. I won't say anything. Well, we might, if it's happy with you, Belle, we might end on a happy note and wrap it up here. Hopefully we won't have such a long hiatus between our next WIP and chat. It's nice to be able to catch up again, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and are doing well. If not, do something nice for yourself. But drop us
just remember
comment.
you're not alone.
Exactly.
We did talk about the fact that we just struggle as well.
We struggle. You all know that. Yeah.
Feel free to reach out. We're a community. We want to help each other and we want to get each other through this. So please do reach out if you need to. We're more than happy to talk, and
we love to chat.
As you can tell.
Yeah. All right. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again in the next one. Catch you later, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.